Okay, gonna get back to work here on the old 59 today. Left off last, we got new tires on it, we got the cab lights on it, but I started diving into some more stuff off film just because I didn't plan on doing it and didn't really think I was gonna get as far with it as I did. So, moral of the story is, I've been having issues with my 12-volt power to my coil on this truck for a little while now, and it hasn't overly bothered me. The truck doesn't get used enough. There's family situations going on, so I've just kind of left it inoperable, and I've been just hot wiring the truck every time that I need to move it for the last, I don't know, probably 4 years now. So I was just going to wire in a toggle switch for my on and off 12 volts to my coil. But I was like, I don't know, I know what I'm doing more these days. So I was like, well, why don't we try and actually diagnose part of this and find out, well, why we lose 12 volts to the coil every time we try and start it. Because it fires and then dies. Fires and then dies. Well, ended up tracking it or tracing it back to a ballast resistor over here on the firewall. Behind it, good 12 volts. Take my headlight bulb over here, which is what I was chasing it with. Lights up nice and bright. Plug it into the other side. You get just a very dim flicker out of the light. So something goofy going on with the ballast resistor. Luckily I have the boss that I do. Was comparing some stuff with him, and he went into his part supply and luckily found me another ballast resistor. So we're gonna plug this guy into here and see what we can figure out. See if we now have gained 12 volts to our coil. Need to redo some of this, rewrap it. I want to trace one wire back out to my solenoid, even though, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure it's working, but just so I can confirm that the 12 volts coming from there on crank signal is good, even though I do kind of know it's good. It fires and dies, that's kind of a sign of that's where the fire up is coming from, and then dies as soon as it gets to the bad part of the ballast resistor on the old one. This is the new one. I left the old one at work, but I'm gonna get this guy thrown on there and we'll see what happens with any luck. Might be able to shut this on and off with the key now. That would be very cool. So, alright, well, I got myself all set back up here. So, power on the ignition is on. And when I plug in my bulb now, it should be nice and bright, not dim. Not that I really have a video of what it was doing before, but let's see what happens. There we go. We got ourselves a bright headlight bulb. Before, it was barely that bright. It was just a dim sputter of a light, so very cool. Ooh, she's smoking though. That's not ideal. Well, that's interesting. The ballast resistor did start smoking. Well, hopefully we didn't just hurt it. Or I held this on there too long, because I'm sure that this is creating a different kind of load than the coil would. So, wow, that bugger started smoking immediately though. How bizarre. So this is just a quick touch. And we got smoke. Huh. Maybe I should just stop doing that. Weird. I think I'm gonna plug in my coil just to see if that starts making it smoke too. Should be. This wire right here. Oh wait, it's not even over here. Let's see. This one right here. Might as well test the full circuit of it. Then you're lucky it won't smoke with a coil plugged in. And if it does, well then... Okay. So she is starting to smoke. That's less than ideal. Well, I do not have an answer for that one. So Very neat. I'll be back.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Alrighty, well, I had hopped on the old interwebs to do some research on these things, but ended up popping up with a link to AutoZone that showed they had one in stock. So I ran down to AutoZone and sure shit, they had one in stock. So that's a nice freshie. We're gonna plug it in and see if this one burns. I don't know. I'm just hoping it's an issue with this one, so. Alright, definitely want to put a new connector on this thing though. This end's connector kind of sucks. We might just do that right away. Quick intermission. Wow. And two, I don't gotta worry about arcing this one out on anything now, so that'll be nice. Not saying that hasn't happened. Or not saying that has happened, I mean. Alright, we got that end plugged in. Turn the ignition on. Alright, our ignition is plugged back in. Let's see what happens this time. Ooh, the bulb's even brighter than the other one. Well, so far I don't feel anything getting hot enough to... It's lasting longer. Definitely got a little... I mean, there's warmth to it. Very interesting. And turn the ignition off so I can't electrocute myself. Not that that would happen either. Well, this one seems to be not smoking at least, so. Drops it down to 7 volts. I believe from what the research me and my boss were doing, I think that's what it's supposed to do. I know it's supposed to help regulate the voltage, but I don't know. We're just gonna see what happens and go from there. That's all you can do. I'm gonna wrap up a few wires here and I suppose I'll be right back. Okay, got myself all hooked back up. Everything's redone. Well, not fully redone, only redid the wire down to the coil. But got all this somewhat taped back up, ready to be completely taped up. But let's just see if this thing works. May or may not start. I think the battery's getting a bit low from me working on it over the last day now, or 2 days. But we'll see what happens here. Give her some choke. We are in neutral. And my ignition's just hanging on the floor still. I gotta put that back in. So might not be able to do this one-handed, but I will try. We're on. There we go. Hey, we're running without a jumper. She died. That might have been my fault though. Give her a little less choke. No. set this guy down over here. Hard to do this with one hand. Still might be the same problem. No choke. Very angry. Very angry. That's weird. I don't know if it flooded itself or something, but that's a little goofy. She usually doesn't run that rough. Accelerator pump could be being a little goofy, I don't know. Well, let's let her run for a little bit. See what their stuff up here is doing. Since we got a power probe handy. Well, we got 10 volts there. So that's actually really good. Okay. Well, I would say we're working. That's really cool. Well, sweet. Good old trucks, I tell ya. Ain't that right, this dog? Just a good old truck. Yeah. Oh, get the sunset. That's birdie. There you go. Ooh. Very cool. Yeah, she's running good. Now she's running good at least. Just because, let's check her again. Okay. Well, we're able to regulate 10 volts, so that's pretty cool. The initial tip-in is not happy. We'll have to take her for a test drive. I think that's what she really needs, either tonight or tomorrow. We'll see. But looking good. Running good so far, and should be able to actually shut it off with the key now. If I can do it one-handed. Nice. See if she wants to fire back up easily. Alright. Good old truck. She really just needs to be ran. Poor girl ain't ran enough, so. She's looking good, Diesel. Just about car show ready. Very exciting. So, I'm sure I might find a couple other things to tinker with tonight, but we'll see where the night leads me. So, on that note, we got a functional 59 Ford.
The next day.
Alright. Finally got the parts in to fix the old street tractor. Got a fuel shut-off solenoid here, so time to play around. Try and get this booger out of there. It's buried underneath the top of here down there. So there's a bracket on the side that I might have to take off, but I'm going to try and fit a crow's foot down in there first and hope for the best. So with any luck, get the street tractor going. Also got to put a fuel filter on it. When I went to check that, my strap wrench crushed the one that's on it, so I'm gonna swap out the fuel filter in the process. Get this thing fired back up here shortly, hopefully. Well, nothing can be just quite easy. This is an old rusty truck, so I don't know if somebody else has tried taking these off, but we got little Torx bits. They actually might, oh, actually I might go try a Torx Plus. All right, I got one more option I'm gonna go try before I take it off completely, but they're Allen heads for this little bracket right here, and it sticks up just far enough that I can't get my crow's foot onto the sensor under there. So either a Torx Plus will be able to get that out, or I'm gonna unbolt the throttle cable bracket, come in here with the death wheel and cut that bracket off flush so that I can get my crow's foot on there. So see what happens. Well, after walking up to the garage, I came to realize I only have Torx Plus sockets at work, and well, we're not driving back to work just to go grab some Torx Plus sockets, so death wheel it is. Cut the top off of there, we'll be good to go. Get this fuel sensor or fuel shutoff solenoid in there, and we'll be full send. So alright, well, some burnouts later. Time playing in the shop. We got ourselves a homemade crow's foot that is shortened. That will hopefully allow me to get this fuel sensor out. So, let's get back to it. Well, we happened to break something loose, but sadly it wasn't the right fucking object. So, it is now time to go cut this one off and, well, weld another fucking one on there. Maybe a better one. I don't think Craftsman was up for the ordeal, but that was a 1/2-inch breaker bar leaning on her. Like, holy fuck. Did not expect that, so this is going to be a bitch. Either way, even to get this truck to run in general, if I want to go manual, I have to get that fucking sensor out of this pump. So, yep, here we go.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Alrighty, well, we are going full send for round 2. We have got ourselves a 1/2-inch socket welded on, and we are going to give it a fucking Hail Mary attempt, or we're going to go burn a set of tires off the blue truck, which, that might happen anyway, but... let's just see what the fuck happens this time.
I love nonsense.
Oh no, did I weld that too far in? No, we are perfect.
As cracks beer.
Magnet, stop doing your job.
Stop magneting, please.
Stop doing what you're meant to
Do it at
do.
a better angle.
No. It's about the same. I don't know how I made it the exact same, but I did.
You are one talented motherfucker.
I turned to be.
Bash your fingers into the hood latch.
See, now it just feels like it wants to slip off. How's position number 2? Ooh, position number 2 is not bad. Could probably get a better angle here.
Actually, glad you came over for shenanigans now. Part of me is kind of hoping this breaks because that means blue truck burnouts.
That's gonna happen anyway, but this isn't coming out.
Here you're slipping now.
Yeah, it just doesn't want to grab it. I might have bent the fucking thing. Aww. God damn it. Well, we're not gonna go any farther because I don't want to strip it out. Fuck!
Reasonable.
That sucks.
That does suck.
I definitely probably bent this.
I mean, I wouldn't really be that surprised.
You're not gonna be able to see. It's a very slight amount, but I did cut this side down for a better angle to fit on.
You're saying you just widened it?
Yeah, I probably just widened it out a slightly bit. Yeah, there is another sensor.
And you know right away.
Yep. It fit it tight before. Well, shucks. Well, I'll figure it out tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, not much else to do.
No. Yeah, I'll figure it out. That's all you can do.
What size is that?
15/16, 24 mil.
I might have a flare nut wrench that's that big.
Yeah, but you can't get a closed end around it.
Oh.
That's why I had to shorten the ends of it, because the other one
Yeah,
was so long
just grabbing in the fingers.
that it was hitting the fingers and you couldn't get a full bite, and that was making it want to slip also. So, and not move in general. So,
Oh my god! Oh my god!